Hola, 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 mi gente. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
This is terrible. I feel naked without my headphones. I can't get my microphone to work. I don't know what's going on. I was away 5 days. I come back, the mic isn't working.
Oh,
I don't know what the fuck is going on. Anyway, hola, mi gente. Welcome to On the Block with Jen. This is Monday, bitches. We made it. We made it to Monday. Thank you for hanging on with us. We here for a good time tonight, not a long time. We may even do 45 minutes, okay? We have other things to do. I just didn't want to leave you hanging on a Monday, okay? I'm grateful to my team. Thank you, Lily, no Saint Haran, because I did tell you we got the night off, and then I got home early, pulled the wild hair out my ass, and I'm like, no, we're on. And I know y'all were looking at your phone like, the fuck? So I love you and thank you for showing up anyway. And I'm not gonna hold you tonight. I thought this story was fucking funny because it's back in the timelines, believe it or not. Okay, but I want to talk about it a little bit because I think it's layered. Got a couple layers, not a lot, not like our usual shows, but just got a couple layers, maybe 2 or 3. Same rules, everybody. What's up, chat? Hold us down. Good to see your lovely faces. Okay. If you'd like to support the channel, feel free to cash at me on the block with Jen. Okay. And thank you to all the people who cash at me when I'm off air. It means a lot. You work hard for your money. We all do. You ain't got to give it to me. So when you throw me a couple chips to get me a smoothie, I appreciate it wholeheartedly. It means that you love the content, right? Or you can super chat us. Okay, guys, is there any fluff? If not, we jumping right in.
I'm going to bring some tomorrow. Something hit me. Something hit my. I hate when this happens when something hits my desk as I'm on the way up. But I have to take a poll with younger people because I'm seeing something. I'm seeing something.
Can you give us a hint?
I'm gonna give you a hint. I'm seeing this thing. Um, with the young men, I'm noticing that young men are more. But this is something that everyone's talked about. This is not nothing new, as far as like young men are more feminine than when we were coming up, and less masculine, less brute, less stoic, you know, um, and all of that. Okay, so that's nothing new.
Okay.
What I'm seeing is the young ladies. I think they like this shit. Yes, listen, I felt the same way, but then I kept an eye on it. I've been keeping an eye on it, and it just it I yeah, it's something there, and I want to dissect that. I want to see what's up because I've had a couple of young women. Like for instance, they'll post something, and I'm like, "Oh, no, he's a little bit too soft, a little too pretty, or whatever." And they all are like, "Oh no, that's what I like. I like them soft. I like them pretty. I like them whatever." And I'm like, but then you'll still fuss when they don't do the manly thing. So which one do you want, sis? Like,
I
do you want
think we're talking about different demographics though, because I don't. How young are we talking? Because young girls aren't caring
Gen,
about doing man things because they don't live with a
Gen
man.
Z? Gen Z.
What age
This
is
is
that?
the young.
I don't know
Yeah,
the
so
list.
that is like the 30 and younger. The 30 and under is what I'm
30 and
seeing.
30 and younger. I don't think 30 and younger are so as concerned with the man doing manly things per se until they got to live with him or have a child with him.
So it sounds good to have like their sister girl with them as a girl as a boyfriend until it's
Yes,
time.
because
Okay.
even when we were young, if I look at the guys I liked when I was young in comparison to what I got, the boy bands and
Yes. All of that.
and all lovey dovey. And when I got older, I was like, you gotta come in here and be able to move some furniture by yourself,
Right. Give me DMX.
right?
Well, well,
Went from New Kids on the Block to DMX.
I promise you, I did.
what you're saying, yeah, it does make sense because a lot of people are very liberal and open-minded when they're in college until they go out into the real world and they have something to lose. Then all of a sudden, everybody's very tribal.
Someone is hissing.
That's
It
not
was
me.
hissing.
Then all of a sudden, everyone's very tribal. Everyone's very, You know what I mean? Bang! You know what I mean? When they have something to lose.
Oh, that was Haran. Was that you, Haran? You hissing over there? Haran is hissing.
I don't know, man.
Sound like your
These
balloon.
YouTube demons out here trying to stop.
I was on fire.
Your balloon lady is running out of air.
Oh no, that was earlier. That was earlier.
I thought we left her in Vegas. I guess he went and got a new girlfriend.
Did.
Yeah, we left her in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, you were the last to leave.
Right. So I'll say this, Lily. I think we can cover
Yes.
men.
Yes.
Being too emotional and sensitive because too many people, you know how I talk about the pendulum swung all the way over to the other side.
Yes.
People are telling men it's okay to be emotional. I think we should tackle that.
Please.
Tomorrow.
Let's do it. Let's please do that tomorrow.
Men, respectfully, gentlemen, respectfully, men are very fucking simple. They are black and white, right? They respond well to pointing, grunting, food, and pussy, right? They're very, very simple human beings, right? So when you tell them a thing, they're like, okay, let me go do that thing. Women, right? Women will be like,
nuance.
No, right. Women will be like, I don't want to talk. And that could mean, motherfucker, you better keep prying because she does want to talk. That could mean I don't want to talk right now, but that didn't mean I didn't want you to ask me later, right? Women are like that. Men, it's like if they don't want to talk, they don't want to fucking talk. If they say I don't want to talk, it means they don't want to talk, right? So when you tell a man, be more emotional. We want you to be emotional. Show your emotions. Show your emotions. The man says, okay, I'll show emotions. They're not nuanced. So we're ending up with a bunch of fucking marshmallowy, mushy, crying on cue. You know what I mean? Men that are in tune with their feelings, who are telling women constantly, we need to talk. No, motherfucker. We do not need to talk. You need to go chop down that tree because it's cold in here.
Well, I find this is funny because I mean, listen to what you're saying. Listen to what you're saying. It's like, you know, a guy, you're very right. Like, we might not get something, and then like a woman will tell you, I'm upset because you want that. Oh, you want this? And you try to do it. Oh, no, it's too late now. Wait, you just told me you want this. But
right.
they want it without having to tell you they want it. But you're looking for just instructions. A lot of times you're just like, you didn't realize, and suddenly you're like, oh, all right. Oh, I'll do it for you. Oh, no.
And you know what? And that's why I don't play those games, because that's how it starts. And then you find out you're in fucking couples therapy, you know what I mean, agreeing to, getting screwed down and getting fucking neutered, getting your fucking balls chopped off, you know what I mean, because you want to be more understanding when she's saying, I don't want to talk. You want to talk? Okay, I'm going to go to the fucking bar. Okay, I'm going to go play my guitar. You talk when you want to fucking talk.
Let's table that for tomorrow, because me and Juan, you and I are gonna be rolling around. Okay?
Right, because I'm ready to fight right now. Yeah. I'm ready to fight.
And by the way,
we gonna dance tomorrow.
Jen,
absolutely.
I think Jen left New Orleans without paying respects to Marie Laveau, and that's why her mic and her headphones are messed up.
Well, I because I have no idea who that is.
Who the hell is Marie Laveau?
Oh, she was she's the voodoo woman.
Yeah, I'm about to say she was a lot of things. She was many things.
Yeah,
I have no idea who that is.
People pay homage to her gravesite. Yeah.
Yeah, go look her about this. So she's a very colorful woman. Very colorful.
Okay. No, Saint, your mic is crackling. It's always crackling.
Oh my god. Well,
there's something going on there. I don't know what it is. Either you have to get a new mic or new headphones or something.
It's cracking right now?
Well, it's something because, it picks up on every little movement. So be careful.
Well, yeah, I was messing with it just now, but I mean, is it crack?
Okay. No, it's just when you talk, it's just like there's popping and crackling in the background. It's been like that for like months and shit.
It's a very feminine mic. It picks up on nuance. Straightforward mic. that operates when you speak into it.
Yeah,
Mike.
After we calm down, whenever you have time this week, figure that shit out, man.
The Mike's like, we need to talk.
Yeah. So so tonight's top, we're gonna get into that being emotional, the limits, the thin lines of it tomorrow. Okay. And the Neanderthal that you are as well, Haran. Okay. So tonight we don't have
Let me see if I can bring a under 30 in here to have her take and see what they think too and where they're coming from.
That would be great. That would be great. I would invite my daughter, but she thinks everybody sucks. So I don't think she'd be fair.
I think she's pretty really
accurate about that.
I'm about to say, in real life, if we had we wouldn't even have a show because we were like, they suck. End of the show. Next, see you tomorrow.
Hi, Jabari Bryant. I haven't seen you in a minute. Okay, so this story. Bernie Mac's daughter started a podcast, literally named it Bernie Mac's Daughter Podcast. Okay.
I ain't mad at her. She's like, fuck the brand and the marketing. I'm going straight for
like, let me get some of his friends in here, which is who she's been interviewing lately. I'm not mad at her either. Her whole intro is Bernie Mac comedy. And then she comes in.
She ain't got no shame.
Okay.
Listen, this where we at.
Thank you for the super chat. Adam Hearn says, what characters are Ron playing tonight? King Simp or Andrew Tate?
It depends on the flow. I'm a flow kind of guy. I jazz man.
Because you do go back and forth between the two. And Malcolm X.
You know what? But you know what? Both those guys get a lot of pussy.
And so they're Malcolm X, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay. All right. Okay. What's up, Jabari? Thanks for the love for sure. Okay, so Monique sparks horror. This was an actual, I didn't write this. This was an actual headline. Monique sparks horror after revealing she calls her husband Daddy.
Yes, people were running through the streets.
It was horror. People were screaming.
It was crazy. Yeah.
They were giving the black and white. Oh,
no. It was out of control. The sky turned orange and no, that wasn't Monique. That was something else.
So, yeah, Jabari, I know, but things recycle. They loop. We're on a loop. She said it again on a recent podcast just yesterday. So it's in the headlines again. Her explanation is in the headlines again because she said it on the podcast just yesterday. Okay. So this is new, not new, but it's new. So I have the video of her explanation and I wanted to play it and I wanted us to break this down a little bit because I believe that we've been in relationships where either we wanted to be raised or we were raising someone. So let's take a look. Let's take a peek at her explanation. Maybe it's a good one. Let's not knock it until we hear it. All right.
A lot of Black women would say, why do you call him daddy? Because he's raising me. He's raising me. My father probably stopped giving me what I needed when I was around 13 years old. So now you got a woman that's 13 and now I'm 35 and now I got a bunch of money, what we consider to be a bunch of money. Let me just be real clear about that, okay? Now I got this money. Now I'm taking care of everybody. Who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna make me grow up? But when that man, when we were just best friends and when we got together, this is what he said to me. He said, when we were best friends and you were married to other men, you were not my responsibility. You were my sister, but not my responsibility. As my wife, you are my responsibility. And there are certain things that will not be tolerated, will not be accepted.
She's got this way of poetically speaking that she makes things sound more deep and profound than they really actually are. I know a person like that. Like she'll say her ABCs like A, B, O, C, G, E. Oh, what comes out the E is motherfucking F, bitch. You'd be like, oh, goddamn. You'd be like, yes. But she ain't say that.
So she's like Jada. She does what Jada does.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Monique
Jada
ain't
Kiss,
doing nothing
for those wondering. Not Jada Kiss.
Monique ain't doing nothing but spitting facts over there. I'm proud of her. It's great. It's a great look. It's a great look. Because guess what? As I've said before, women out here are sharks. And the only thing that a shark motherfucking respects is a damn orca. Yeah, he's raising her. Yeah, she looks up to him. Because guess what? If your woman doesn't look up to you, she goes on book tours. She talks about the dead dude that she did look up to. She embarrasses you in front of your fucking kids. You know what I mean? She damn near ruins your fucking brand. Yeah, that's what happens when your woman doesn't call you fucking daddy. And a lot of you dudes is out here laying up under women, being their son, damn near calling them mommy, and she's motherfucking okay with it. But in the back of her mind, she's getting gutted out by some dude, by her side dude or some other dude that she's calling daddy in her mind. Ain't a woman alive who at one point in time never got gutted out or never saw a dude that she saw better than her, greater than her, that was gladly called daddy while she's experiencing every bit of them with her legs wide the hell open. So let's continue.
Well, she's from Baltimore. I don't know.
Let's cut the shit, man. Let's just cut the shit.
Okay, so this is my thing. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Adam Hearn is a mess. I guess me and Jenny the daddy in our life. So this is my
Before we begin, okay? Let's have Stephen Hill when they were best friends. She was his sister, so he went from brother to daddy. Yuck, right, Stephen?
I caught that too.
Stephen, I'm still trying to smash. What's good?
Right. We're like, why he didn't come through? Like, what's going on, Stephen? Why?
He knows I still want
man, I'm not trying to sit here and
Oh, I forgot they was here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Back to the show. Okay, guys. So listen, let's start with this.
Okay.
Do we call first of all, she says black women would say or ask why she calls him daddy. I find that weird because I've seen black women call their man daddy since I was a kid. So I'm like, what black women are complaining? But I want to ask all of us, what pet names do we use for our significant other? I say papi. Papi related to English as daddy. However, I will not call a man daddy because that is what I call my actual father. I don't call my father papi. I call him dad or daddy or pops, right? So I can easily call a man papi because I don't call my father papi. I would feel weird calling a man something that I use to address my dad. You get what I'm saying?
Well, that's where I was about to go with this. I say daddy because I don't call my dad daddy. I usually call him his name, right? It's so weird. I say his first and last name. It's so weird. So I mean, it's just a thing I do. Like I don't even call my parent. Like I'll say I like with my woman for my mom. I was like woman, So I'm weird like that, So I don't call them mom and daddy and all of that stuff. I'm like I'll either say woman for my mom, or if I'm talking to my sibling, like your mom, and then I'll say my dad's full name. So that's weird. That's the weird part for me. But I actually call my man daddy. Like it's yeah. So that's why I didn't find it weird until the wording of it, the way she put it, like I understood her message, totally understood her message because I actually said the same message to somebody yesterday, and then I wasn't even thinking about Monique, even though I knew about it. I wasn't putting it together. Mm-hmm. But what I said was, that when it comes to, relationships, right? Nothing is going to challenge you, show you your inadequacies, show you your character defects more than a romantic relationship like you and you're living with your partner. Nothing. Like you can, like for me, I don't, get in arguments with any of my friends. I have figured out my dynamics with my family, but that partnership, that marriage or that partnership is going to help you grow more than any other relationship. I mean, for me, because I don't have children, I would think children would do that for you as well. But that spouse or that partner that you're living with, yeah, like for me, I have gotten some of my biggest lessons that I grew up as an adult in my relationships.
Okay, so she did regard, and because I want to move on to what we call the pet names we call our significant others. But she did say that her grandmother loved her, the most on the planet, but that she can't grow with her grandmother because she felt like her grandmother was like, you could do nothing wrong. I don't care what it is, it wasn't your fault. However, this guy holds her accountable. No, Saint Haran, do you call your significant others during sex or the pet name mommy, mama, mother? What do you?
I don't know.
No.
Hell the fuck no. Hell the fuck no. Because I mean, when I'm in a relationship with a woman, I see a woman as dainty. I see her as someone to take care of. I don't look up to a woman. I am there to protect. I am there to give wisdom. I am there to give a sense of space so she can let go. And when she finally feels as if she can just let the weight of whatever was occupying her space outside, when she sees me, she sees calm. She sees relief. She sees this nigga got it. I can't see myself, being in a relationship with somebody like that. I'm calling it a mommy. That's putting them on a space of reverence. Now, I know women who have a very strange relationships with their boyfriends, and their boyfriends call them mommy, and they're very dominant in the relationship, and that works for them. You know what I mean, and so on. But no, I'm not calling my.
I like the mommy. Like if he calls me mommy, but the MAMI.
Right, that mommy.
Not the MOMMY, but the mommy. Like you a hot mommy, like that, like mommy.
Adam Hearn. I've always said that I was a dom. I just don't talk about my shit like that.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, the question's kind of, I understand where Haran's coming about calling someone like mommy with a Y. I wouldn't do that either. But we're talking about, do we have any pet names or names that we use? And obviously, mommy with the I, I've used that. And then sometimes once some nicknames just develop, like it was Honey Bunny, and then it became Bunny, then it became Bun Bun all of a sudden. I said, "What's up, Bun Bun?" So I mean, little pet names like that. But yeah, mommy for Latina. And I've had, shall we say, an Anglo girl call me daddy, and I've had Erica call me Poppy. I don't know how so it's depending on who it's coming from. I mean, I didn't have a problem being called daddy. But
well, every girl that I've been with, if it's a close relationship, I give them a name.
Yeah.
One was named Fire. I named one baby girl, and my current girl is called Angel.
Oh, well, it's funny that you say Honey Bunny no saint, because I had someone in a significant other years ago call me Honey Bunny, but he called me that because of the movie Pulp Fiction, crazy bitch on the in the diner, Honey Bunny, like be cool, Honey Bunny, be cool. So he called me Honey Bunny because of that. The mommy thing, I like the mommy thing, although I don't think I've ever been in a relationship where guys call me mommy. I don't think so.
One.
Yeah, I don't think I have. I think it's weird when Black women call men poppy, because it's not poppy. It's not poppy like a poppy seed. It's papi. It's like the A in the car sob, right? It's papi. So when I hear poppy, I cringe. I'm like, it's not poppy. It's not a poppy seed. It's papi, right?
I think there's a different take to this. I think that Black women aren't on board with her saying that because maybe they don't find her husband desirable. I bet you 10 to 1 if they found that man desirable, they'd probably be on board with that shit. If that shit was Idris Elba or any other motherfucker, and that woman was calling her daddy.
And
probably would be a set of different responses.
Well, I will say that, and I feel like a lot of black women see him as the reason for her downfall as well. So there's like, how you look up at this man and say, daddy, when you funding daddy? Like when daddy,
Okay.
what job, you know what I'm saying? Like
Okay,
what
so
was, you know?
she mentioned that as well. She said that it's funny to her when people say, "Oh, he's the reason that blah blah blah," and she claims he actually saved her from a lot of shit. Not, you know what I mean? And
And that's her story.
right, exactly. We got to go by what she's saying. She knows what her downs and
Wait a minute. But based on what these women are out here saying, that according to these black women, they're saying that they're outpacing men financially. So technically speaking, I would say not out of every 10 black women are funding their nigga.
Well, they
okay.
don't like Monique to fund hers and then call him daddy in front of us. See, that's the
Hmm.
funny thing, because you look in the comment section sometimes of what people are upset about, and you know them, and you're like, bitch, are you really upset about this? Because
Yeah.
I know you're.
I mean, isn't that like just a stare? But aren't we just now? I mean, typically in the past, men made more than women, but I see this two different things. I see, okay, so she makes more than him. That doesn't mean that his manly qualities aren't something worthy of being called daddy because he doesn't make as much. You know what I mean?
So that's what she broke down. She was
Oh,
saying,
okay.
like, what is this word they're using now? High up men, and the the podcaster correct? No, high value men. She was like, yeah, what is that about? Like, high value men. Like, he has X, Y, and Z. She's known him since she was 14 years old. They were friends for many, many years. He saw her go through two husbands, which, let me tell you something, is an absolute fucking miracle to me, because I never pictured a friend of mine like, oh, one day in 20, 30 years, that's going to end up being my husband. So this is, I think it's an amazing story.
It is an amazing story when you really look at it. It really is.
I mean, he
And
didn't,
they're in Hollywood, and they've lasted this long.
yeah, 17 years. But they have an open marriage, so they can fuck off with other people.
That
I don't
works.
keep people together.
I
Okay.
think that works. I think that does keep people together. I really do.
Right? That'll keep you together if you can go fuck off with the cute thing at the office every now
And
and
what
then.
and really what people in the comments section have to
Will and Jada got an open marriage.
Huh? You said
Will and Jada got an open marriage.
Yeah, exactly. And I've never had a problem with them either until they
Will and
just.
Jada have an open marriage.
yeah, but I think they are different. She resents him. She doesn't like him. When Monique talks about this man, she talks about him like he is Idris Elba. Jada talks about Will like he's a piece of shit on a stick who just lives where she lives.
Oh, did y'all see the clip where she
Now,
said
see,
when
hold it.
they was getting ready for something, and he said, "Oh God," he said, "You're about to something me, or like destroy me or something." Now he was joking, and she looked and she was like, "Oh, I've been destroyed you." Like the way she did that shit, it was like, damn, like you really felt it. It was a joke with a serious undertone.
Now, here's the thing. This brings to my point. Okay, in Monique's situation, you have a woman who looks at her man in reverence, and she makes more money than this dude. And you have Jada, who looks at her man like a piece of shit, and he makes more money than her. Now, this is how we destroy the argument of you have to make more money than your woman in order to, you know what I mean, have her respect you, love you, and so on and so forth. No, at the end of the day, how does your woman love you? How do you get exactly what you need? You got to get here. Once she is up here, once she no longer looks at you with reverence, with appeal, and she wants to just fall in her feminine when she sees you, that shit is over, man.
So
That shit is over.
you're
You got to
saying,
get out.
because she also spoke about, it sounded like something that black men specifically, Haran, hate hearing. She spoke about him handling her, like he handles her, like he's the only one that can check her, boo, right? So he handles her, right? Which women like. A lot of men don't like hearing that, but oh well, cry me a fucking river, okay? Women like men that can handle them, okay? And a lot of men don't like hearing that. They're like, what do you mean, handle you like eggs, handle you like a dog? Why I gotta handle it? If you can't do it, bitch, say that.
Right.
However, that is what women like. That is what turns women on. Men that could fucking handle them. Okay? Because we could meet some crazy bitches sometimes. We do need somebody. So she did say
and
that.
we're gonna try your ass. We're gonna try you.
At every turn. That's what women do. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna poke at you. So, and you know, and we see how you respond. If we get the who you think you're talking to, those some hard
Oh.
If you don't respond, it's like, you know, the guy that would respond that way is always going to pique our interest more. But going back to what you were saying, Haran, so then it is possible that you can make less than your man and not only be, no, I'm sorry, that your man can make less than you and not only be respected, but revered. Like the way Monique talks about, I am at his beck and call, and so then that's possible. Do you think they are outliers?
Well, I think he knows how to make up in other areas. It's just that simple. It's because no one's going to have it all, right?
No, that's
So no one does. So you just figure out what you have, and you put those things forward, and you do your acrobat. It's kind of like Mariah on stage, right? We know her for that voice. Her ass gonna stand right there. You know how much I love Mariah, so I can say this. None of y'all can, okay? Y'all will get blocked. Okay, so she could just stand there on stage and sing her songs while you got people acrobatic flying around her, carrying her to the other side of the stage, you know. So it's kind of like that in those relationships. It's like, okay, you know, I know what my points are, and I'm gonna acrobat around that and do my abracadabra around that. And that's what it seems like he's done.
Definitely. Who do I look like, guys?
What are you giving? You like a Disney. You like a Disney character, like.
Wait, who's the voter on the panel? You vote, no Saint. Who do I look like?
OC. What's her name? Jesus Christ, they all blur together after a while.
Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez.
AOC.
Oh yes. Okay. Yes.
At the Senate. Okay, so I'm back. All right. So then, Haran, what say you? It's possible then. So these guys are full of shit.
So let me ask you a question then. So you agree that there's many a six-figure woman out here, I don't know, just standing outside Rikers Island or Attica.
Home.
Didn't Phaedra do it? She's an attorney, and she got with the jail guy. I think
and Sheree. Sheree.
Those dudes come out. Those dudes come out literally pumped up on masculinity. You know what I mean? 6 packs.
So and you know,
ready to look. Listen, man. Don't ever in your life ever estimate the wants and needs of a stressed out woman, man. All that corporate stress. You need somebody to actually take control of that shit. And you don't necessarily want a guy who wants to be lovey-dovey and cry with you while you're watching The Notebook and shit like that, and shares his feelings.
Wait a minute though. My ex, he would lose bets, and then he would have to watch a chick flick movie with me.
That's a good way to do it.
Right, that's a good way to. Otherwise, he's not gonna watch, right?
Right.
And even then, when he's watching, he's barely watching. Like I like a guy who would sit there, but not like a guy who's gonna cry with me. I like a guy.
Right. Like, I want to force you into shit.
Right. Like I want him
to want to do this.
Like I want him to laugh at me when I cry. Like
one of my exes tricked me into watching. I wasn't watching the whole thing, but she damn near tricked me into watching Eat, Pray, Love. I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the hell is this?
I haven't watched it yet.
Like, yo, but I had a long day. My back was kind of hurting. I'm just like, fuck it, I'm got.
I read the book.
Looking like he loved him some Notebook.
Right.
Tissue ready.
I read the book, Jen. It was a good book. I want to watch the movie. I haven't watched the movie. I just read the book.
What you think about The Notebook, Nosy?
It's been a long time since I saw that. I saw it like one time. Yeah, I saw it one time. Yeah, it was all right, but it wasn't. I didn't cry over it, but it was a good movie. I thought.
Did you get mushy feelings? Did you feel connected.
I can't remember. It's been such a long. I mean, it was when it came out.
What was the last movie? What was the last movie that made you warm and tingly inside?
Warm and tingly.
Not in that way, no saint. It's
no.
Yeah,
I'd have to go through my search.
Yeah. What was the last movie that you watched that made you run into your woman's arms and say, "I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'll be a better man." Like, what's the last movie?
No. To be honest, my selection of movies, it's usually they're really usually pretty good movies. But like I want to see this movie with not Leonardo, the other one, Matt Damon, and
the other one.
Yeah, the one that's just coming out now, like something about killed something on the moon or whatever. It's based on a true story. Okay. I love movies that are based off of novels that have been written. Well, I have to get that title. You know what I'm talking. I think you know what I'm talking about. Like with Robert.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Haran, do you think with the Monique situation, do you think people are full of shit? Because I think people are full of shit. Like they'll praise Monique, like, oh look at, but would you date Monique? No money, Monique.
No.
Submissive. Submissive as fuck to that man. She is submissive as fuck to that man. Would you date a Monique?
Absolutely not. Wait. Let me zero in on my full of shitness. In the state that I am in right now, absolutely not. If I went to jail for 20 years, Monique looks awesome. Okay. If I had a shot at Monique after 20 years, I'm throwing my chips in. I'm just saying what it is.
You're being honest. You know
what I mean? Look, man, but in the state that I'm in right now, no, I'm good. I'm good on that.
And you know what? To Haran's point earlier, it's a running joke down in Atlanta, down there by Garnett train station. That's where they let the prisoners out at. And the girls be out there waiting for them khakis and bubbles to come off that Greyhound.
It makes sense. It makes sense if you think about it. If a woman is a career woman and she's high performing, she's spending a great deal of time conquering. She's spending a great deal of time in some sort of masculine space, being competitive. When she wants to have sex, there's probably going to come a time when she wants to be conquered by someone. Her innate female drive wants to be conquered and opened up like a flower, and she needs that kind of guy. And 9 times out of 10, it's an aggressive man. It's an aggressive, assertive man with high energy.
So I learned this when I became an entrepreneur. Exactly what you said is what I learned, because I was with someone who wasn't that. And so I felt like I needed to be the boss out there and in here. And I was like, oh no, this is not going to work. I do not want to be the boss in the house, like with a man sitting right there. Like, that's just not what I want. I like the aggression.
Really quickly, commercial break. Lily and I's show premieres this Monday. Our show premieres this Monday. We are starting a second podcast, Sisterhood Sips. And our first episode, we talk about we dated the same guy. We dated the same guy, and we're giving you all the tea on that. So stay tuned for that this Monday. Haran,
yes.
What do you feel when you hear someone say, I need somebody that can handle me? Is it an automatic turnoff? Because it's an automatic turnoff for lots of men. They don't want to handle women. They want them to be their peace. They want women to be their peace.
For me, it depends, because you could say, a woman can say that, but it also depends on if I actually do want to handle you. Like, is the juice worth the squeeze on my end? I might, you can go around and be like, oh, you can't handle me. Yeah, I don't want to. Like, I don't see ROI on you. If I see an ROI on you, I'm coming after you. That's just how I am. Because it's like, at this space and time in my life, any woman that I get involved with has to be, I see as an investment. She has to be an investment. You know what I mean? I'm not in my 20s or 30s where I could just run around. You know, she has to be an investment. So yeah. And personally speaking, I like women with a little little spice. It little attitude seasons the box, as I say. Seasons the box. Little spice.
You ever had to put your hand around a woman's neck, like I said, knock it off?
Intentionally or sexually?
No, just on a regular day. And sexually, of course, all that shit happens. But I just mean, she's going off, and you're like, I said, fucking chill out.
Yeah.
Okay.
As Rock has said, I've pardon the term, I've taken a bitch quite a few times. You know what I mean? As Chris Rock once said. You know.
Listen, the statute of limitations is over, I'm sure, Haran. You could tell us.
That's why I had to think real quick, like it's been recorded.
What about you, No Saint?
You see I'm still here alive. You ever seen Colombian women roll over their men with the car twice? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. There would be no hands being put around anybody's neck.
You're playing as you're like, no. That ain't
listen, you gotta know. You definitely have to know who you're talking to, and if that's gonna work or not. And when it comes to like, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, and when it comes to what you're saying,
I was thinking what you were thinking, Jim.
No, I mean, look, people are different, right? People are different, and so when it comes to what you were talking to Haran about, and yeah, I mean, when I was younger, you can say that about, you gotta, when it comes to handling like someone that wants to be handled.
Uh-huh.
Like he's saying, it's an investment, and it is work, and it's a young man's game. I mean, you get to a certain age. If I ever see someone else in my lifetime, I don't think I want somebody that is that wild. I think I want what you were saying earlier. Just
okay. So, but when you were younger, did you ever get involved with a woman that was a little spicy, and you had to chill the fuck out?
But I mean, like I said, I would never put my hands on them though.
Yeah, because I mean, all of us older are different people.
Yeah, for sure.
So all of us older. Oh, so Israel Gray said she better listen or pass on. If I gotta touch her, it's over. You better touch.
This is.
I'm sorry.
I have to call Cap. I've called Cap on this before. I'm calling Cap on all the men in the chat saying, "Oh, if she doesn't listen, it's over. Oh, it's got." You know how I feel about that. Y'all motherfuckers like a little bit of crazy. If a woman is too stable, you will get bored. You will cheat or leave. Let's keep it a buck. Please, let's not lie on this good internet that we use in the day.
I'm not gonna sit there and tell those kind of lies. I was in a relationship with a woman who was very stable, who would be considered marriage material at one point in time. I was in my 20s, and I considered the idea of actually, maybe I would marry her. The other voice in my head said, "Nigga, no."
Why?
She was boring. She did every fucking thing I said. Now there's a limit.
What do you want? What do you like?
Truth and shame the devil on.
And that is the truth.
Like, don't listen to me, but don't watch me drive over a fucking cliff. She would damn near watch me drive over a fucking cliff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she'd probably sit there and watch me literally shoot up heroin. Be like, well, I don't necessarily agree with that, but if you're happy, like shit like that. She was like a pushover. You know what I mean? Like a pushover.
Let me tell you something. Aggressive women will double your fucking bag.
Right.
Now this is to say, like, again, I like sharks, but you have to be an orca to have a fucking shark in your life.
Agree. Don't try to get. That's for all the men that are like, I don't want a woman I gotta handle, because you're a fucking dolphin. You're not an orca. And
man, if
dolphins are mean,
it would be extremely dangerous
and horny.
to get a shark. You're a dolphin.
Look, if my eyes happen to close for a second, I want a shark to be handling my family business. I don't want to wake up. You done sold the brand off of some magic beans and some Knicks tickets. Talking about, I thought it was exactly what you wanted. Like, in what world did you think that I wanted that? Like, you know what I mean? I need a woman who will actually sit there and be like, yo, this is what it is. Know when to fucking pull the plug. Even don't sit here and spend our fucking fortune on maybe he'll be alive. No, do the right thing. Pull the fucking plug. You know what I mean? Save whatever resources we have left. Take the kid and get out of there. Period. Make the tough decisions.
And the world is full. The ocean's full of many different sharks. Like, I mean, I don't want a bull shark. I don't want a great white, and I definitely don't want a whale shark. But there's like the nurse shark. There's
not shark. Not shark. Yeah, you could literally swim next to a nurse shark.
Yeah.
You can swim next to it. You could hold. You got a selfie. You can have a selfie with a nurse shark. Yeah, it's not a shark.
That's a fucking dolphin. It's a dolphin on top. Lily, what did you say earlier? You said you were thinking what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think of it. I'm trying to think of a nice way. I'm trying to think of a nice way of saying it.
Raw, baby. We gotta get raw, no condom. Raw.
Listen, you just gotta know how to handle Erica because she like it. She like it. I'm just saying, every woman, it's like the good choking during sex, right? Right? There's a way to do it. Like you don't do it in the murder way, you do it in the sexy way. So you gotta know how to handle the woman. Because you do it wrong, you might get fucked up, but you do it right, you might get fucked good. So you just gotta
But I'll say this. I will say this. Either you have it in you or you don't.
I don't think that's the thing. I don't think some people have it in them.
Men that don't have it in them, that's fine. But you will always be handled by her, and she will. This is what you have to deal with. You will always be handled by her. She will love you, but you will always be handled by her. And the guy that would handle her makes her pussy wet more than you. Those are the facts.
Simple. That's the facts.
Those are the facts. I've been through it. I've experienced it. I've been with the nice, safe guy. He didn't turn me on. I mean, put it this way. I could be with that guy 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, right? Love him. Oh my God. He's the world. He's perfect. But the guy that I've been talking to 2, 3 weeks, if I raise my voice a little bit, he's like, who you talking to?
Listen. I'm gonna just say this. Even outside of the
relationship,
let's take the relationship portion out of it. Okay. The men who rule the world and run the world, and the men that both of these women are discussing right now, all of these men have one thing in common. They have a sadistic streak, or they're completely sadistic people.
Oh, you just freed me from something, Haran. You just freed me from something. Go ahead. Speak.
You have to be able and be cool with the idea and even enjoy the idea of conquering people, conquering worlds, conquering life, breaking people in half. There has to be some sort of enjoyment that you find in that, to the challenge of, there has to be some part of you that, I'll just go out and say it. You don't look for violence, but there's a part of you that enjoys it. You don't look for it, but there's a part of you that craves it, if that makes sense. And you see it in the Steve Jobs of the world. You see it in the Bill Gates of the world. Don't get it twisted. That goofy, weird motherfucker loves to destroy something.
Of course, they wouldn't be where they are. They would not be where they are.
Nobody, but no nice guy ever made $1 billion fucking dollars, bro. Absolutely fucking not. No nice goddamn never made $300,000. Okay, so there has to be something in you that's sadistic, that is keen with the idea of grabbing a chick by the throat a few times, pulling the chain, and be like, yo, like a dog sometimes, and
Well,
being cool with that.
let's peel it back just a little bit before we get out of here. Let's peel it back just a little bit. What is it? Because men, when they feel like a woman is asking for something they cannot provide, be it money, be it height, be it a big dick, they get really, really vitriolic. They get bitter. They get angry because they're like, I can't fulfill that shit that these women keep asking for, right? We had Mr. Justin up here before. We discussed the 666. When a woman says, I want him over 6 feet tall, translation is, I want someone that can protect me, right? I want a man to make six figures. Translation is, I don't want the marshals knocking on our door because we're getting married. That's all it means. It doesn't mean that he has to literally make six figures. When we say, I want 6 inches of penis, it doesn't mean you have to have 6 inches of penis. It means I'd like to have some good sex, my guy. So when we use words like, I need a man that's going to handle me, and you're saying every now and then you got to pull on a chain, men cringe, right? Because they don't have that killer streak. So let's peel the layers back a little bit. What exactly do you think that means when women are saying, what's the translation? Like the other translations, what's the translation when we say, I want somebody that can handle me? What is that?
I'm just going to go down the line from my perspective. Okay, I want a guy that's like 6'4". You know what I mean? I'm not 6'4", I'm 5'9", but I'm strong as a fuck and I can fight. So she's still going to be protected. You know what I mean? I'm not a millionaire, but I make more than $50,000 a year. So I have enough money or a surplus in the act to actually take care of the woman. You know what I mean? When it comes to, my penis size, I'm not going to reveal that on the show. But I have people who can actually back me up in terms of credentials. But anyway, the point I'm saying here is this: know who you are. How can you protect somebody? How can you provide resources? How can you create a safe space? See, I think the issue here a lot of times when it comes to the battle of the sexes and what's going on right now is that I think that a lot of times, and I'm seeing this with men and women, we're trying to combat 500,000 years of genetic programming in a podcast and some sort of cultural movement. I'm not going to beat 500,000 years of genetic programming that worked, because if it didn't work, nobody would be here. That's the problem. That's what people don't understand. If all that shit that you said is so bad, we wouldn't be here, because nature would have made sure that it was removed. Anything that was bad for us, anything that was bad for, the human genome, it was removed, or something was added to make sure that we survived. So that is my point. Figure out who you are and how you can actually, be the best person you can be. Because if you harp on like, well, I'm not 6'4", then I'm out the game. You're already behaving like a person who feels like he's a loser. And a woman, and a woman's gonna look at you like you're not a confident person, and you must out the gate.
Can the panel answer my question now?
Yes, because I was feeling like, so this is it, right? You were saying about the 666, right? That's exactly what it is. But it was a specific question you asked Ron too.
Yes, when we hit, I was giving the example of those translations, but I said, what does it mean when women say, I need somebody that can handle me? Because that's also something that puts men off. They don't like hearing that. Well, I gotta handle you. I don't want to. What's the translation? What do women really say?
Oh yeah, really, we're looking for a leader. We're looking for someone who's confident, and when we see that you're not confident, that does something to us, because it's like, oh shit, because the two main things is protect and provide, right? Is what we're looking for: protection and someone who can provide. And that's not saying like, even because I'll take someone like myself or like Jen, for instance. Even when we have a provider, we're still hustlers in our own right. So it's like, it's not like we're just saying like, oh, we don't want to do shit and you provide. It's like, no, like the marshals won't be coming knocking on the door, and stuff like that. You're not going to be borrowing money from me every fucking 2 days or something like that, right? So that's really what it means, is that you're a leader, that I can count on you, I can depend on you, I can look up to you, you are my rock, right? So that's what that really means.
one thing that I learned is that, because I had to learn a bunch of things too, of course. One thing I learned is that women look at you in a very different manner when you get in front of the problem before they even say something. There's an issue and you can sense there's an issue. If you get in front of that shit and you fix it before they bring it to your attention, it's a completely different space and completely different energy that they give.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Totally.
When a woman is in nagging mode, that's when the problems really start happening, because it's like men don't want to hear them nagging. You know what I mean? And when she's like, she's in nagging mode in her mind, she's like, this motherfucker's not paying attention. You know what I mean? That's why I gotta nag him. So it's like that's how that resentment starts. So there was a lot of times in my life where I was like, I should have gotten in front of that. I'm learning. I'm doing this. Like, I have to learn certain things. I did a bunch of bonehead shit in relationships and so on, but I can admit that. And that's another thing too. As a man, you become a better man when you admit that, okay, I fucked up in this particular area. Let me just, going into the next situation, let me fix that. Let me not repeat that. And for men and women, I'll say this last thing. A lot of times, a lot of us are out here are not necessarily looking for partners. We're looking for enablers.
So
yes, I say that all the time. Yep.
I'm gonna put it in layman's terms for men, because men, again, y'all are beautiful beings, but y'all are simple. When you say get ahead of it, Haran, I think about an instance like that. I'm just gonna give random examples. Let's say you're in a restaurant, right? I'm gonna give very simple. You're in a restaurant with your guy. You guys are waiting by the thing to pay your bill, and let's say a kerfuffle is going on over there, right? And a man simply grabs you and be like, stand behind me for a minute, right? That is protect, provide, handling the situation, versus me being on a date and me telling the guy that should look like it's about to explode over there, and he didn't even fucking notice it, or he's oblivious. Who? That guy? No, those people.
Oh God.
Right?
You know what?
Simple, very simple, but that is what women are attracted to. Men that are very vigilant, alert, protective of their family or whoever they have around them. That shit turns a woman on. They feel protected. They run to men like that when any little thing goes on. Baby, this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. We love that shit. It's little things like that. Once I feel like I'm more masculine than you in a situation, then I will forever see you like that. That's how
you reminded me, and it's so funny. It was the show NCIS, and I was doing background in the French Quarter, and there's this really good-looking older woman. She was in her she's a little bit older than me. She was in her 50s at the time, so we're talking 10 years ago. And we were walking down, and a criminal runs past this, and like almost bumps into her shoulder, or it runs past her. Anyway, make a long story short, as we're walking down, I grab her as I see the person running. We're holding hands. I grab her and bring her towards me, right? And she was all like, "Oh wow!" Like, even in the acting sense, it was like she made comment how I grabbed her and got her out the way, protecting her from, and even in acting. I mean, so it does have some kind of like a primal effect, even when it's not even reality.
Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Yeah. When a man,
Haran, check your DM for a minute.
When a man insists I walk on the inside of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Simple little things like that, right? Opening the door, like, and Jen said this, being alert, things like that, because these are all things I have to do when I'm by myself that I resent. So if I'm with you, I should not have to do these things.
But to Jen's question a little bit earlier about what do we think it means when you say a woman wants you to handle her, I really think it's, in my opinion, women do certain things to see how you're going to react, to see if they can rely on you or not. So when they're acting a certain way and you don't handle, as Jen said, they might still go out with you for a little while, but it's nothing like when someone, they say, oh, okay, he's reacting. Okay, this is a man that's going to protect me. And so, yeah, I think that's what, when you say, what's it mean? It just means, are you going to handle your business if it comes down to something that, I need you to handle your business on, protection and things like that.
Right. And it's literally a woman admitting and letting you know and telling you, look, we're emotional creatures. I could get out of pocket sometimes. And I need to feel, sometimes you just need to feel like I got a man with me. You know what I'm saying? Un macho. Like you need to feel every now and then. You need to roll over and feel you're with a man.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but and if they don't react that way, I'm guessing that you're kind of put in a different category as far as the relationship goes. It's like status,
Yeah, automatically. Because again, we will tolerate, we will put up with, we will love on you, but yeah, they're always. It's nature. We're animals. That will love you, but that silverback will walk in the room. Then what about you? That's all I'm saying.
One of the things I've been accused of many times is that I'm not vulnerable enough in relationships, and for me, I do put a hand up, when it comes to a woman, because it's like, I'm not really into the idea of being absolutely vulnerable with my woman. It's like, be vulnerable enough. It's, but there has to be some sort of space where you understand that I'm not your girlfriend. I'm not your, I'm not your friend. in many ways, So, there has to be that space, because if we become too familiar, then the perception of me is going to be lost, and you're going to get certain things twisted.
Very true.
True.
And that's where I was going to go with this. See, this is the thing. Everyone's made up differently, right? Men are made up differently. Women are made up differently. So if you're not this particular guy, you have to understand the place that you're going to fall in and be okay with that.
That's what I said earlier. Like you'll be loved
just
on.
That simple.
You'll be loved on, but you're not going to be that guy that gets her wet like that. Women, because we're like these crazy, nuanced, dynamic things, we like a guy to be like, shut the fuck. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck. What the fuck? Bitch. You know what I mean? And fuck her deep and get a sandwich.
The ending of The Godfather Part 2 is one of the most profound endings I've ever seen in cinema. And if you remember, it's, it's Pacino, Michael, being surrounded by the family, everybody's kissing the ring and so on and so forth. But it's really about the perspective of the wife looking into, her husband, handling the business and so on and so forth. And what happens after that, one of his workers closed the door because man's business is about to be handled and you don't need to know how the sausage is being made.
Oh, when they closed the door, I remember that part.
That was just brilliant. Because after the gestures are made and she sees the power, that he has, okay, now you see it, but you're not going to know what happens after this. And the door is fucking closed. When I saw that, I was like, that's it right there, man. Mm-hmm. That's it right there.
All right. So we will close on that note. Hit that like and subscribe on your way out. For Mama, don't be the too safe guy, is what I shall say. Don't be the too safe guy. Okay? All right, guys. So we are out of here. Meet us tomorrow. Don't forget, Sisterhood Sips premieres this Monday. I got Big Daddy Kane one-on-one coming for you this weekend. A one-on-one interview celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip hop. Telling you, we got chock full, okay, of content coming up. Hit that like and subscribe. Support the show. Cash App on the block with Jen. Get me a smoothie. We will see you guys here tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.